What's up guys, this is again Shakes from Smartherd. Welcome to 3333rd Ruby tutorial. In this tutorial I am going to teach you about arrays in Ruby. Now let's move forward. First of all, let's define arrays in Ruby. It's a bit different from that of C and C++ or Java. In Ruby we are having arrays as a heterogeneous mixture of various data types in the same array. That is, we can have at a time float value, integer value or string value in the same array. For example, let's name our array as a simple array. So here we are having two strings, Shakes and Smartherd, one floating point value and one integer value. Now let's go to second conceptual properties of the array. That is, arrays in Ruby are indexed. That means this is an array, so 1 is having some index, 3.0 is having some index and so on. Like this, 0, 1, 2, 3. But this is similar to what we know in C and C++. Little bit difference is there between arrays of Ruby and that of C and C++. In this, we are having another type of index, reverse index order. -1 represents the last data, then -2 second last and so on, like this, -3 and -4. So arrays index 0 represent 1 and arrays index -4 also represent 1. Now let's proceed. How to create an array in a Ruby? Good question. The simplest way is to create a new class method. For example, like this, we can create an array of names equal to array.name. As I told you guys, in Ruby, everything in Ruby are object or classes. Here names is acting as an object and array is a class. So names equal to array.new. This is creating an object that is array of names. Now next, we can set the size of an array also while creating an array by like this. Names equal to array.new 20. In this case, we have not defined the size of an array, but in this case, we are defining that the size of the names is actually 20. But this do not means that you cannot change the size of this names array in future. You can change the size of an array in Ruby anytime you want. This is the advantage of using array in Ruby, unlike in other programming languages where you can't change the size of the array. Now guys, let me show you the array basics and fundamentals by coding. Let us define an array. Let's say data. Then the square bracket, within the square braces we have to write our data. Like let's say integer 1, then floating point value 2.0, comma 4.9, then strings, suppose Shakes, let's say Smartherd. Now, in order to print this array, we simply have to write puts data. Now let's save it and execute it. Here we go. 1, 2.0, 4.9, Shakes, then Smartherd. Now, there is another method to print this data with the help of the loop. Let me show you guys. If you like, you can use that also. Data dot each, then curly braces. Let's define a variable in which all the data values will be stored, then puts x. Now let's save it and execute it. Yes, the output is same. What we are doing here guys, each time this iteration is going through these values, x variable is storing these values and we are printing x. Like in first loop we are storing 1 in x and printing x. In the second loop, we are storing float value 2.0 x in x and then printing 2.0 and so on, like this. Now, how to access these values individually? It's very easy guys. Just you have to mention array name, then within the square braces you have to just write, like if you want to print 1, you just have to write its index 0, its index is 0, then puts. Let's save it and execute it. Yeah, here we go 1. If you want to print Smartherd, what you have to write? This, its index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's write 4. Let's save it and then execute it. Here we go. You get Smartherd. Now, as we just saw in the presentation, this last value of data array must have the index as -1. So let's just try it. Let's write -1. Let's save it and execute it. Here again we are getting the value Smartherd. So data index -1 and data index 4 is both same. There is no difference. Now what if we change the values of the data array? Just by writing data index, let's say 0 equal to, let's write something hello world. Now let's save it. Let me print it also. Let's put as data. Let's save it and now execute it. Yes, here we go. Data 0 instead of 1, it is now being replaced by hello world. So our new array is like this: hello world 2.0, 4.9 and so on, like this. Now let's see something else. Let me show you guys the push operation in array. Yeah, this push operation allows to add new data at the end of this array. Suppose we want to add some data at the end of this data array, then we simply have to write data, then left shift operator, then let's say cheese. Yeah, now let's save it. Oops, let's print it also. Put as data. Now let's save it and execute it. Here we go. We have appended this cheese string at the end of this data array. So our data size become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our data array length is 6 and cheese index is 5. So like this. Now let's check the cheese index. Let's say 5. Save it and then execute it. Yes, we are getting cheese at the position index 5. We have the cheese string stored in this data array. Now let me show you guys the pop operation in an array. The pop operation is used in order to eliminate the last data of this data array. Now let's check it out how it works. Till now our data array was like this. Let's save it and let's check our data array. Our data array contains these elements. Now what if we use our pop operation? Let's use the syntax data dot pop, then again put as data. Now let's save it and execute it. Here we go. We are getting the output like this. Let's scroll it up. This put as data is representing our this one till this part 1, 2.0, 4.9, Sriyank and Smartherd. After that we used data.pop operation. So this pop operation eliminates the last element of this data array. That is why Smartherd has been eliminated or deleted. So we are left with only 1, 2.0, 4.9 and Sriyank. That is why we are getting output like this. Instead of Sriyank, except Smartherd, we are getting all the 4 elements printed here. This is all for this tutorial guys. See you guys in the next tutorial and please don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below my video positively and support us in a way you can. Please share our videos, promote it. Thank you.